In 2011, the Department of Homeland Security held a staggering 429,000 undocumented immigrants in detention facilities across the country. Last week's immigration reform bill has received attention mostly for its pathway to citizenship and revamped approach to border security. But deep within the 844-page bill are provisions that could open detention center doors for some immigrants and provide greater protection for detainees. We're joined over the phone now by Claudia Muñoz. She's an undocumented immigrant and activist who works with the National Immigrant Youth Alliance. Since April 4th, Claudia has been held at the Calhoun County Jail when she voluntarily turned herself in to Immigration and Customs Enforcement in order to fact-check the Obama administration's assertion that it isn't deporting low-level offenders. Claudia had to call us. This is a cost that costs her about $10, so we appreciate your time. Tell me, how did immigration authorities respond when you attempted to turn yourself in?
Well, they didn't hesitate. They apprehended me and they moved me to a detention center, which is where I am right now. Even though I told them I had no criminal record and I had been here for over 10 years, I entered with a visa and all of those things that would qualify me as low priority, they still apprehended me and arrested me.
And in your mind, does that fly in the face of the prosecutorial discretion guidelines that the Obama administration has put forward?
Well, sure. I mean, you know, it's important to point out that I'm not the only case in this particular jail that would qualify for prosecutorial discretion. There are many other low priority cases in here, and I can just tell you briefly, you know, there's Wanda who has also been here for 10 years and has no criminal record. All her siblings have PPS, and there's 2 or 3 other women that have already been released. But, I mean, you know, it's really ridiculous that President Obama is telling us that he's no longer detaining low priority people, and yet there's many of us in this particular center, which we knew that ICE Michigan is one of the worst in that aspect, that is not following national directive of not detaining low priority people, and they are.
Claudia, what has your time been like in the detention center so far?
You know, it's been really hard seeing women in here. I have no children, and so for me, you know, I do have family outside, and it's been hard. But for women here that have children, that have 4 or 5 children outside waiting for them, and the husband has had to stop working to take care of the children, it's so hard. I mean, there's women in here that there was a woman from Guatemala, and there's one here now from Oaxaca, Mexico, and they're indigenous, so they don't even really know how to write. And just hearing their stories, you know, their heartbreaking stories, these are the people that truly need the system to be fixed, you know, as in my experience in my country, you know, the immigration system is crafted for the wealthy and the politically connected to immigrate, but the people that need it most, the stories that ICE keeps hitting in detention centers or in jails like this one, they're not able to immigrate legally. And so it's just been heartbreaking. Mm-hmm.
And for those of you who are not familiar with Claudia's story, she's originally born in Monterrey, Mexico. So when she talks about the immigration system in our country, that's the country she's speaking of. You know, Claudia, you say in your original video that you wouldn't leave the detention facility until every person in your situation was released as well. But it's my understanding that you're being released sometime in the next few days. Will others be released as well?
Well, you know, we're fighting and exposing the cases. I actually got a bond hearing, and it was very interesting, the dynamics of the bond hearing itself. You know, we mentioned low priority to the judge to see if we could bring that up with other detainees, and the judge said that she doesn't work for John Morton, and that low priority was something that would have to have been enforced since I was first apprehended. And so I'm not sure, but we're going to push for other women to be released as well. But I'm not sure that with me that will be the case. We will have an action tomorrow after I get released outside of the jail, demanding that all the women are released as well.